hello, and welcome to episode 23 of the Low Carb Universe Show. Hi, Bitte.
Hey, hi.
You're not at home.
I'm not at home. I'm in Mallorca.
Yay!
Oh, and it's amazing to be here. And but it takes a few days because it's quite. It isn't as hot as it usually is, because we usually come here later in summer,
that's true.
when it's up till 40 degrees, and but it's a difference from back home anyhow. So it takes a few days to adapt, and I sleep like a log. And you see all those bags under my eyes.
But they're like Chanel, darling.
Chanel bags. I never thought of it like that. Oh, you're so smart.
I know. I have my moments. Thank you, though.
Yeah. So today, what are we talking about today?
Just before we get into that, I also wanted to remind people that you can actually watch us live on our YouTube, let's call it talk show. That's funnier than vlogging. Vlogging is a boring word. So let's call it talk show. And today on the Low Carb Universe Show podcast / talk show, we will be talking about fibers and whether they're necessary on keto. Also talk about keto products, because there are very opposing views on that sometimes. And we will also maybe, if we dare to, touch a little bit on artificial sweeteners. So, Bitte, does one need fibers on the ketogenic diet? Do we need to add them?
No, we don't add them. We have them in our food. Yeah. But the thing is, I had a very troublesome stomach before going on low carb. And I was told to eat grains and fibers and stuff like that. And it didn't help me a lot, let me tell you. But then when going over to low carb, I ate more veggies. Yeah. And I get those water soluble fibers. and I'm sure learning more and more about the gut health. I'm sure we do need them. So I know people go 100% carnivore and things like that, but
and everything works fine, even for them.
Yes, I'm sure that because there are people that been totally carnivore for like 10 years or more, and they are thriving, and they are healthy and feel good, and so I think it's once again back to the starting point. We're all different. Yeah. We have all different needs. We have basal needs, common basic needs, but then you can you have to adapt. And,
exactly. Exactly. So no, I think it's also a good point that you brought up, that fibers didn't help you when you had sort of a not happy stomach. And I honestly think that you can have too much fiber, and that can cause problems for you. Then that it is the daily recommended amount or whatever, that doesn't matter, because it's not related to you.
No, exactly. And the thing is that being a low carber, I sometimes not nowadays, but in the beginning, since I was a sandwich lady, I tried to make bread. Yeah. And with a coconut flour and the almond flour, and even too much of psyllium thing and stuff like that, made my stomach go berserk.
Yeah, exactly.
So it doesn't have to be ordinary grains.
No.
It's the fibers, those dry fibers that when you swallow it, it says like this. When it hits your stomach, and then it's stuck there and doesn't go away. Forever and ever. No, so I rely on my veggies.
Yeah, and I think that just proves that you have a very fiber sensitive stomach, and that won't change on keto necessarily. It may for another person, but it doesn't for you. And I think I agree with the fact that we get a lot of the fibers that we need from the veggies. And I think when you're eating a much more nutrient dense diet. I hate the word, but the way of eating is much more nutrient dense with plenty of good fat sources, fresh vegetables, frozen vegetables, all of these things, good meat, good protein sources. Then I think the daily recommended amount of fiber is actually very, very, it's just too much, because that they're trying to move all this mass through the canals and the system in the intestines that is not supposed to be there. That's why you need so much fiber. This is my personal theory, and I'm sure no one really agrees with me, but that's fine. I'm used to that. But I really think that the reason for prescribing so much or suggesting so much fiber is you're trying to move this huge mass of, I could say a perfect word right now, through your stomach. That's not supposed to be there.
Exactly. People, when talking about fibers and keto and so, people think that keto is mostly butter and meat.
Yeah.
But you can eat a whole lot of veggies on
Absolutely.
keto. Yeah, because as I said the earlier episodes, I'm very strict now, and I'm using my ketonics every morning to look at the breathing ketones. And I do veggies every day.
Yeah.
And I'm somewhere between 70 and 75 ppms every morning. So no worries.
Yeah, no, really, of course, that's also individual, but absolutely. Generally, and I love that visual guide that it was Diet Doctor who put it out, like how much 20 grams of carbs looks on high carb versus low carb versus berries versus fruit versus vegetables. And you can eat, a whole plate and more of, for example, really yummy, fresh baby spinach. And you won't even get to 20 grams at all.
It's hard.
It is really difficult.
If you have it, as a goal. Yeah. No, it's but you have to link that in the.
Yes, I will link that.
Yeah. So because that's very, very, very nice guide.
Or what do you think is the reason for the conventional health practitioners speaking so highly about fibers? Why do they want us to shove so much fiber down our throat?
I think we can go back to United States in the 70s, I think it was, where the president had to come up with something to help the farmers in USA. And that is a part, if I don't remember it totally wrong, the history of the dietary advices, the first ones, it has to do, this came in the same period of time. So he needed to support the American farmers. So I think it's, I think something, simple? But because it's built on that, the Swedish dietary advices also has its origin in the American guidelines. Exactly. So it doesn't have to be any scientific explanation to this, just a political.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. And what about, you mentioned gut health before, and of course some fibers are prebiotic, so they feed our beautiful, yummy gut bacteria, the stuff that they need to live and thrive. And how do you know? Like, is just eating keto enough with the massive amounts of vegetables that you can get? Do you think that's enough, or should people, supplement that?
I think it's enough for me. But I've been going through since having 3 or 4 antibiotic a couple of years ago. My tummy just broke down.
Yeah.
And I've been eating different kinds of probiotics for over a year to get it healthy. So it could be that my tummy is really super healthy now.
Super healthy.
Due to that, yeah. So but and it depends on what else you put in your mouth. What else you eat? We don't eat dirty food. We eat real food, nice food. So maybe the need, it's like antioxidants. If you don't eat a lot of carbs, you don't have the same need for it.
Yeah, you don't have that oxidative stress.
Exactly. It doesn't stress your body. It's kind of so I think the need for some usual advices or RDIs isn't necessary for us. And you have to try. You have to find your way home, sort of.
Very wise words, bitte.
Yeah, sometimes it happens.
Sometimes we get lucky.
When starting on low carb or keto, you really push yourself into eating the right amount or lower the carbs and everything, and you don't really care what it looks like, what it is.
No.
But most people, as I see it, experience this, is that in a few years of eating this way, you get another awareness. You want to have grass-fed beef. You want to have wild salmon.
Yeah.
You want to have organic vegetables. You skip all the other things. So, for my personal point of view is that a keto bar or a fat bomb or anything like that, it's like a big no-no.
Yeah, but I think it can be beneficial in the beginning.
Yes, I know. Yes, absolutely. But
as
you shouldn't build your food on it. You shouldn't have it as a daily.
No. It's sort of. I see it as replacing, yummy treats and stuff that you may have had before, and now you feel a little bit deprived, and then you can use the bars and the stuff. Although sometimes I do use the bars and stuff, like the cleanest ones possible. Of course,
I have a hard time finding them in Sweden, actually.
Yeah, okay, in Sweden it's anyways because they But when I do find one, I keep hold of it and I use it actually when I travel, because I do travel a lot,
of course,
and there is always really stupid food on flights, and even if you try to fast, sometimes that's not possible.
No.
So that's what I do. I use it for traveling and or I found this beautiful, fantastic product at KetoCon, and it is travel ready bacon.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with bacon.
No, and it's like vacuum packed and fried perfectly and everything from Peterson's Farms, and it's fantastic. That's a perfect like travel snack. I'm like, haha.
Yeah. And that's sort of it falls under the headline clean eating.
It really does, because also their bacon is very clean. Yeah. There's no sugar.
Because I get always disturbed by if I find a new bar or something, and I look at it and it has like things that I can't pronounce or understand what it is, I don't buy it.
No, I don't either.
Actually. So, but as you say, should we summarize it in the beginning?
Yeah, great.
When starting to adapt to this life, because I think after a while you will realize that you don't have the need for it.
Yeah.
When traveling.
Yeah.
For those situations.
And that's about it.
Yeah. According to us.
Yes. Other people have other views, and that's fine. That's fantastic. We're never going to tell anyone what they should or should not eat.
No. It's not our game. We just present like when you go to our events. You listen to and you take in what you find interesting or what you believe in, and we don't tell anyone this is truth.
No, absolutely not. We only offer different perspectives and different opinions so that you can form your own more informed one.
Yeah. And you can actually find products in the goodie bag.
Maybe.
Yeah, that we wouldn't eat ourselves. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We don't judge. If you want to eat your bar or something, you do that.
Absolutely, and enjoy it. Yeah. That's the whole point.
Yes, do that.
If that feels right for you, you should enjoy it and just chomp away. That's good.
Yeah. Okay. And next subject, Hannah.
Oh God. Artificial sweeteners.
Yeah. Blah 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 blah. Stop now.
Anyway, we're done.
Yeah.
No. What I think about artificial sweeteners is it depends on which one it is, of course. If it's really, you know, factory made and doesn't have any resemblance to nature at all, I'm not, like, I don't enjoy it. My body does not enjoy it. I get terrible, like, stomach pain, for example. But I can see the use for natural, like stevia or monk fruit, for example, sweetener, every once in a while. But this is also a thing that I think is very important for certain people in the beginning.
Yeah.
Whereas when you've come a little bit further on your way of keto and your palate has changed and you don't have that need something sweet at all times,
exactly.
Then you have a different opinion of it, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, you know, I also, while traveling and spending a lot of time with different keto people, and especially my absolute, like, cringe product when it comes to sweeteners is the water flavor.
Ooh.
Like, there's like Splenda, Stevie, I don't know, like something like that flavors your water, because water is somehow inherently disgusting. I don't I just I'm too European to see the use for that, to be honest.
Yeah. I think we're a bit more I can't find a word now, but we're quite more strict when it comes to those things.
It could also
we're
be
not
that
used to it. We're not
used to it. But I've drank a lot of sweetener filled drinks throughout my life. I was a Diet Coke addict before, and it was just the best thing ever. Like, I could drink like liters and liters of it, no problem. But this has changed when I first cut out caffeine, because there's of course caffeine in Diet Coke. So, and then the caffeine free tasted like, I don't know, blah. And then now I tried it on a recent trip, and I'm like, I really, really, but only because I really, really felt like I wanted it. I'm like, yes, now I'm going to have a glass of Diet Coke. It's going to be, you know, it's going to be
yeah, exactly.
It was just so, like, over sweet, and like, I can't even
and
put words on it.
Sort of icy metallic taste. Many of them
really
have.
really strange. I'm like, how did I drink so much of this before? This is really not good. And not just the taste of it, but the effect of it. My stomach became this like huge bottomless pit, and I could have eaten, I don't know, like a horse and an elephant if they were available, put in front of me right then. But I was just so ravenously hungry.
Yeah, and that's the effect. Another side of it, because I feel like I don't want it because it's not real food to me, and I don't need it because whipped cream now is too sweet for me without any sweetener in. So, but although it has 0 carbs, it can actually trigger your insulin.
Yeah.
And it can, if you're stalling, your weight is like not moving, and you're doing zero carb sweeteners, you can actually.
It could be a reason.
That could be the reason. So even if now, I think if you want to be truly healthy and be a clean eater, I think it's not a part of it. So and it is like that you actually you will find the sweetness in the products themselves. You don't need to add. And I'm into coconut cream nowadays, so I whip coconut cream. I avoid dairy, and I had some cherries in it. So I whipped it and I crushed the cherries and I ate it. And it was like, super awesome. And if you count, you can say cherries isn't low carb. No, but I won't fall out of ketosis. It won't change because you don't have that huge amount of it. Yeah, so that's our opinion on it. We avoid it.
Yeah.
For several reasons. I don't want to get attached to that sweet taste again.
Not again. No.
Not again. No. And because I think when it's like an ingredients list this long, I don't think you should be eating it. But
no. And
I mean, before,
even if you do like it and don't really, think that it does anything, just really check your blood sugar. And if you could, you should check your insulin for sure. But what you can do at home is, of course, check your blood sugar, because some some sweeteners do influence blood sugar, even though they say they shouldn't.
And it's the mind-body thing playing around. It's being fooled. And as you mentioned, that you got hungry because it can, your hunger hormones can go berserk.
Yeah.
So, but if you have no problems, okay, you do it.
Yeah,
we won't judge you in this case either. So,
yeah, there's so many low carbers who do really well, and ketoers who do really, really well with sweeteners and have them quite often, quite regularly, and that's fine. That's fine. If it works for you, then do it. It's just, it doesn't work for me, and I don't feel the need to have that in my life.
No, we have butter.
We have butter.
Yeah, that's all we need. If you follow us on Facebook or Twitter, you can see daily updates from Majorca.
Yes.
So it will be nice restaurants, nice meals I've eaten, nice places I've been, or just how I feel being in this super cozy place where your soul sort of gets pampered by sunshine and heat, and you are super relaxed. And
it's beautiful.
It's beautiful, and I will try to do it daily. But sometimes the internet connection on this island is a bit
not the best.
Not the best, but I'll try.
Yeah.
Well, and if you have any questions about the island or anything about Majorca, please ask me.
Yes.
It's just write
we have the true expert.
Yeah. Sort of, kind of, but I can find an answer if there's something special. So
that's true. Yeah. And no, I have to say thank you for those posts as well, because they helped me as well, considering we both spend a lot of time on the island, and always finding new places is very helpful. So thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Because we are getting so many more email questions now about our next event in November. And we know that most people buy their tickets like a few months in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah, we already sell tickets. We are selling tickets. But if you want to be sure to get a ticket, I think that you should act pretty soon and not wait until the last month, because we are more well known now, and people are coming back. Guests from our former events are coming back. So I think you should.
Yeah, the heat is really on, and we notice that a lot.
On. Yeah.
And we do have a limited capacity of people. Yeah. So we can't guarantee that there will be any tickets left actually in sort of, say, October.
October, yeah.
We can't guarantee that at all. So if you want to come join us at this beautiful event, then you should really do it now.
Action.
Enjoy your day in the amazing place that is Majorca.
Yes.
And I will speak to you next week.
Yeah. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.